What's up everybody, Dinopons here coming at you with another video. Today's video is one that I'm really excited to share with you all. We're going to be going through a complete guide of everything NFT on the SmartBCH network. If you haven't watched my previous videos on how to get onto the SmartBCH network or how you can take advantage of the high yield farming APRs on SmartBCH, I highly recommend you check those out first. Alright, so without further ado, let's talk some NFTs. Before you, you can see a number of the NFT projects that are available on SmartBCH. A lot of you might be wondering by this point, is the title of this video clickbait? I mean, you can't possibly earn money by just buying some pixelated images on a blockchain, can you? Let alone 1,000 BCH? A lot of people tend to be skeptical when it comes to NFTs, and I've heard people say over and over and over again, NFTs can just be right-clicked and they can be saved by anyone, and then you can own the NFT too. If you are one of those people who think this way, I mean, I commend you for sticking around to watch this video. Just the fact that you're looking at alternative ways to earn money and you're looking at crypto as a way to manage your own funds and be the master of your own coin already says a lot about you. You are a different breed of human, and hopefully by the end of this video, you may look at NFTs in a whole new light. Alright, so believe it or not, there is actually a significant amount of money on the screen in front of you. The NFTs you see before you can range from as low as 0.01 BCH up to 50 BCH, and you can trade them on the Oasis Marketplace, which is the NFT marketplace for SmartBCH, where you can trade every NFT on the network. There's also a second marketplace called blockng, which is specifically for law punks, but we're going to touch on that marketplace later on in the video. For now, let's focus on Oasis. Alright, so here you can see the homepage for Oasis, and then when you click on Explore, you are taken to all the various NFT collections on SmartBCH, and you can click on any one of these and select which NFT collections you want to look at and bid on. Alright, fantastic, you might be thinking, but Dino, how exactly am I going to make money on this? Alright, great question. So, you can mint NFTs for like 0.01 BCH or 0.03 BCH when new collections come out, and you can resell these NFTs to NFT collectors for 1,000x the price that you bought at sometimes. Right? So let's take a look at some of the NFTs that I have sold in the past. This is going to be our road to 1,000 BCH. So if you take a look at the punks in front of you, these are two really, really rare NFTs. So the NFT that you see on the left is CZ, and he was one of the first law punks that I ever bought, and he was the NFT that really started the whole craze of NFTs on SmartBCH, because I purchased that guy for $3,600. I bought him for 6 Bitcoin Cash when the floor for law punks was only $6. That's right. Every punk was only worth $6, and I took a leap of faith and paid $3,600 for the NFT on the left. And the reason why I did that was because I looked up how valuable this guy was. He is a special NFT. He is one of 4. He's unique. He's the only one of his kind, but there's one of 4. He's one of 4 special law punks. So as people were minting these law punks for $6 a piece, I went up to my friend Kane, who's really prominent on the SmartBCH network. I went up to him and I asked him how much would it cost me to buy this NFT that he spent $6 on. How much would it cost me to get this NFT off of his hands? He told me $10,000. I said, how about $3,600? He said, how about $7,500? I said, how about $3,600? He said, how about $5,000? I said, how about $3,600? Because every NFT right now is worth $6. He says, fine, you know what? I'll give it to you for $3,600. 1 week later, I sold this punk for $21,000 at the time. It was 35 Bitcoin Cash. And you might be thinking, all right, well, you got in early on these law punks. Obviously, they were the first real NFT that took NFT collection that took off on SmartBCH. I mean, that can happen to anyone, right? You just get lucky on your very first collection. Well, then, here comes the queens. These queens that you see on the right-hand side, I minted these queens. I minted 105 queens 4 days ago. 4 days ago, so January 7, I minted 105 of these queens for 3 Bitcoin Cash. And as you can see from the screen, I ended up selling one of the 105 queens that I minted for 10 BCH today. Today. This is a sale that happened today. I minted this queen for $15. She minted for 0.03 BCH. And she sold 4 days later for 10 BCH. Close to around $3,700. This is a 333x return in just 4 days. And it's only possible with NFTs. It's like, okay, so why did somebody pay so much money for this? Is there something unique about her? And there is. So when it comes to NFTs, you have to know what makes the NFT valuable. And you'll see here that there is a number of traits. And these are only a fraction of the traits. I couldn't even fit the rest of these traits on the screen. But there's about 3 more of these that have a number of other traits for queens, right? So as you can see, there's 6 traits. The queen that I sold was an 11 trait queen. As you can see from the lists top left, you can see over here there is only 8 queens that have 11 traits on them. So my queen that I sold was one of 8, and I was lucky enough to mint her on my very first mint. So the very first queen I minted happened to be the 11 traits. And she was not the only rare queen that I minted. I ended up minting around like 20 rare queens. And I didn't sell the other ones as high as 10 BCH, but I sold them at 2 BCH, 3 BCH, 1.5 BCH. And altogether, there's around maybe 35 BCH worth of value from these queens that I minted for a total of 3 BCH on mint day. And even people who are on the SmartBCH network, they have strong reactions to this. A lot of people thought that maybe the queen I sold was a wash trade. So as you can see on this next screen, right, you can read the Telegram chats, right? Somebody wash trade, they said, and they're like, oh, well, he wasted 0.3 BCH in transaction fees, right, for wash trading. And people started, discussing like, oh, was it fake? And even the person who started the project, right, Gucci, was like, oh, well, the team hasn't bought or sold any queens, and maybe it's just a whale wash trading. But this trade was a real trade, right? So I obviously went on and defended myself. It's like, no, this is a real sale. This is one of 8 queens. It's the rarest queen, and people, I got multiple offers for 10 BCH on this queen because it was one of 8 really special queens. And even on the noise.cash pages, right, I have comments where it's like, I'm curious how he does it, right? Because it's nearly impossible to achieve a 300x profit from just one NFT. I'm here to tell you, it's not impossible to 300x on an NFT. You can 10,000x on an NFT, right? The CZ that I minted I didn't even mint it. Somebody minted it for $6, and I paid $3,600 for it, and the next week somebody paid $21,000 for it, right? So from $6 to $21,000 in a week, somebody could have 10,000 x'd over there. So that's insane. Is insane returns on NFTs, and I can show you in greater detail how these are minted, right? I've told you guys from the very beginning, right? We are a different breed of human, okay? The fact that we're on these DeFi networks, these DeFi platforms, and we're trading NFTs and we're looking for creative new ways to make our money, make more money, it is proof that, you know, we are just a different breed. And if you guys haven't noticed, you know, my editing skills did not get better. You guys have just been watching a PowerPoint presentation this entire time. And now that I'm done with that, I want to show you the actual platform where we can buy and sell NFTs, which is Oasis. So if you click on the Explore button, it'll take you over here, and then you can go even further. You can go to the DACI dudes, right? You can look at the DACI dudes and you can price them from high to low, right? So you can see that the most expensive DACI dudes, right, are the ones with the Bitcoin Cash border, and it's these devils. These devils are the most rare, and then you have, you know, the Iron Men, and then you have like your Patricks and your Army Men, and all these cool NFTs, right, from highest to lowest price. And then you have your queens, right? You have your pretty queens. These are priced from low to high. So these are your lowest price queens, right? They go as low as 0.01 BCH. But these are auctions. So these are being auctioned off, and you have to bid on them. And you can even switch the auction type to fixed and look for all the queens that are at a fixed price, right? So over here you have the lowest queens are priced at 0.055 BCH. So and these are the lowest priced ones, and you can also put them from high to low and see what the highest priced ones are. But let's show you how you mint them, right? So all the time there are new projects on SmartBCH, and this happens all the time. Why are people paying so much money for these projects, right? Like, let's say you do mint them. Why is someone going to pay so much money for your NFT that you just minted? It's just a picture, right? Well, when you go to the thrones.cash page, right, this is where we minted our NFTs. And so to mint them, I simply clicked on the mint button, and I connected my wallet, and I chose how many I wanted to mint, and there was a button here that said, you know, mint them. And that's all you had to do. So it costs you 0.03 per queen that you minted, and then that's it. You had them in your wallet as soon as you minted them. I spent 3 BCH, and I got a return of 35 BCH so far. I still have about 90 queens left out of 106. I only sold 16, and I got a 35 BCH return. That's insane. And I still have 90 queens left. I didn't even put them up yet. So that's really cool. And okay, so now we can look at the roadmap for these queens, right? Why are people paying money for them? Well, okay, on the roadmap you can see that right now there's a Queen's Collection. That is what we are minting. Then later on there's going to be a throne room that will display your throne's characters. And then after that you will have kings, right? So you'll have kings for your queens, another 10,000 collection. Then there will be a new website. And then you will have a gamified Web3 experience, NFT staking, and utility token. Okay, cool. And then you will have princesses and prince and princesses, which requires 1 king and 1 queen. So that's also going to be cool. Basically, you're going to be able to create new NFTs with your 1 king and 1 queen. And then after that, you will even have distribution of land to kings and queens who have opened the royal courts. And finally, they will continue to explore opportunities to expand the Thrones universe. So you have this entire roadmap that people are really interested in waiting to see, right? They want to see what cool new ideas people will come up with, and they're willing to purchase the most expensive queens, right? They want to have the best queens to mate with the best kings so they can make princess and princesses, and so that they can stake these queens for real money later on. They can have their NFTs stake for income. And the projects like these come out all the time, right? It's not like, okay, all right, so when's the next project, right, coming out? So the next project coming out would be Ape Stock Cash, right? 2 days and 41 minutes from now. And there's also a pretty high demand for these NFTs, right? So a funny story about how I minted the queens, right? I wasn't even going to mint any queens, all right? Basically, they started minting when I was asleep. So I was going to miss the entire mints. I didn't expect them to mint so quickly either. So I was going to sleep, and I got a phone call from one of my friends. He says, hey, wake up. The queens are about to start minting. I said, leave me alone. I'm going back to sleep. And he calls me about 20 minutes later. He says, hey, wake up right now. Half of the queens are already minted. Within 20 more minutes, they're going to be fully minted. And, within a few hours, all the queens were minted. And I did end up picking up 105. I was convinced to get up and buy some of these queens, mint some of my own, so that I can, resell them and make some profit. So Apes is the next project that's coming out. People might actually ape into it. And you know what? I'll definitely pick up a few of these because, look, with these queens, we already saw that the floor price for them was 0.055 BCH. There was an incredible demand for these queens. So everybody who bought these queens at 0.03, they technically have kind of doubled their money because the floor price is nearly double of what they minted it at. They minted at 0.03. The floor price is 0.055. So you can sell it at the floor price and you will make double your money on it. So that's really cool. And then if you have any rares, that's extra. Fantastic. And now we go to the most popular NFT project on SmartBCH, which is the Law Punks, and they can be bought and sold through the blockng page, and they have their own marketplace. You can arrange them any way you like. I already have a video on this, so if you want to know how you can buy and sell Law Punks, definitely check out my other video. However, something that's really cool about Law Punks, right, is that recently they have a dungeon feature, right? So if you go over here, you can check out the dungeon. And a lot of people have been asking me to make a video about the dungeon. All right, so basically the way the dungeon works is there is these four abilities down here, these four possibilities for what can happen if you put one of your Law Punks into the dungeon. There's a 5% chance that you win the dungeon jackpot and earn 1 Law ATP. The dungeon jackpot is over here, right? 1317 Law is what you can win, which is roughly like 3 BCH. There's a 10% chance that your punk gets 1 level boost plus Law ATP, right? And then Arrow of Time, you get an equal amount of Law ATP as the square root of your punk level plus 1 Law ATP. Equilibrium is you only get 1 Law ATP, and root is a 10% chance that you won't get anything for your punk. So, I can even play it one time for you. I can spend 100 Law, which is actually kind of a lot. It's about $100, just so you guys can see what exactly this does. So you put one of your punks here. You can even put up to 10, but you might as well just pick your favorite one and only play with that one. And the really cool thing about Dungeon is that it allows you the possibility to upgrade a high level punk. So if you have a high level punk it gives you the possibility of possibly upgrading him for only 100 law, because you have a 10% chance of upgrading him. And you have a 5% chance of winning the jackpot. If you win the jackpot, then you can roll up to 13 times, right? Because the jackpot is 1,300 law. So you get 13 free rolls if you roll the jackpot. And that allows you more opportunities to possibly get that 10% chance of upgrading your punk. So the transaction went through, and I press open the box, right? So here I can open the box to see what exactly I got. Hopefully I win the jackpot so I don't have to lose 100 law, but there's only a 5% chance that I do get it. So I'm not expecting anything too major. Maybe I can get a free upgrade and get my vampire to level 14. Oh, okay, so I did end up getting that 10% chance and upgrading my punk to level 14. I would have really liked to upgrade my level 33 human, but I have already collateralized it because as of today, Law Punks came out with a brand new update, and there is now a My Ghost tab. And what this is basically... okay, so if I go to my punks, right, and I click, I've already collateralized this one, so you can see he's locked, and I have until April 11 to pay him back. So I could do the same thing with my vampire over here. So this will be his ghost form. This is what he'll look like in ghost form. Actually looks kind of cool, but you don't want to actually make your you don't want to lose your punk and turn him into a ghost. So the way this works is down here, you can see you can basically pay I can pay 45.184 law, which is the same as the hash rate of my punk, and I will get $291. So law USD is dollars. I'll get $291 for collateralizing my punk, and all I have to do is burn 3.452 law ETP, which is roughly, $10. So I pay $10 and I get $291. So all I have to do is choose the time period. I could choose 90 days for $10, or I could do less. I could do 30 days for about, $5. But we'll do the 90 days because I want to keep my punk safe for 90 days. Maybe I'll forget about it. So you phantomize him. And this update came out today for Law Punks. So it's a really cool new incentive for people to get punks. And this is why people pay money, right? They pay huge amounts of money for your punks because there's always cool new updates. And it pays to have punks, right? You can stake punks. You watch my previous videos. Watch my previous videos to know how to stake punks. They earn you money. 5 punks earns you as much as a RTX 3080 that mines Ethereum. Everybody knows how crazy people are going for mining GPUs, and you can do the same thing by just buying 5 punks on SmartBCH. 5 cheap punks. You don't have to buy anything too fancy. Buy 5 of the cheapest punks, and you are making as much income as an RTX 3080 would in your computer. So here we go. I have turned my vampire into collateral. I have gotten an extra 292 law USD because I also collateralized my super rare human. So now you can see that both my human and my vampire are collateralized. All that means is that I have basically offered them up as collateral, and I've gotten a payment for it. So they basically paid me. They paid me $1,200 for this one. I got $1,200 law USD as a loan, and I got $292 for this guy as a loan. And if I do not pay back the loan by this time, right, April 12, April 11, then I will lose both of my punks, and anybody can buy them so long as they pay back my loan that I didn't pay back and spend 0.01 BCH to mint them. and I will have lost so much value here, maybe like 100 BCH worth of value, because these two punks are incredibly rare, incredibly costly. So I definitely don't want to lose these two punks. I definitely will be paying back the money that I've taken, so that I don't lose these punks and turn them into ghost punks. And ghost punks are just, a reward for losing your punk. Essentially, they don't do anything. They're not worth anything. They're just there as a token to remind you that you messed up. So you definitely do not want the ghost punks if you can help it. So yeah, that is the cool new updates with blockng. And the reason why you want LawUSD is because there will be a new farm that will probably show up in this Beam tab, where you can pair your LawUSD with FlexUSD, and the APR for pairing LawUSD with FlexUSD, which is, they're both two stable coins. You pair them together and you'll receive some incredible APR. We don't know what the APR is yet. Maybe come back tomorrow. They'll probably be on the Beam tab. I can't wait to see what's in store for us on that front. And there's just always cool new innovation with these NFTs on SmartBCH. There's just so much going on, and anyone can get in on this, guys. All of you can get in on this. Get in on the action. Buy some NFTs and mint NFTs. There's always new projects. So if we go back to Oasis, right? Some of these projects are fascinating, right? We have the tropical gulls, we have the Daiki dudes. They're from the same people, from the tropical people. They're going to be offering 150% staking rewards on their NFTs, right? So let's say you bought a gull, right? You bought them for 0.3 BCH. You are going to earn 150% APR on that when the NFT marketplace comes out. And you can even earn more. You can earn even up to 300% if you choose to not mint in token form. You can choose to instead have progress done towards creating another NFT that's worth 3 times as much as your previous NFT. So if you have a goal for 0.3, maybe you don't want to make 150% in daiquiri token. Maybe you want a new NFT that's worth 3 times as more, and you're allowed to earn 300% APR if you want to mint the NFT instead. So there's all these cool innovative projects on SmartBCH. So much stuff going on, and there is definitely a lot of money to be made. And another really creative thing that I do to earn money, right, is I go onto these marketplaces, right? I sort from low to high, and I check the prices. And sometimes people misprice things. Sometimes, like this one, right? It's the cheapest punk, and it's 129 power. This one's 138 power, and they're going for the same price as this 48 power one, right? Maybe there is some profits to be made. I used to love reselling. I used to love going onto the marketplace and buying and just reselling underpriced punks, and you can always find bargains. You can always find deals. And recently, I went onto the Oasis Marketplace, and I've checked out like the punks, for instance. Sometimes you can find really cheap punks on Oasis and then sell them on blockng, and nobody realizes sometimes. Like, look over here. This punk is selling for has the last bid of 0.17 BCH, right? The problem is that it expires in like 55 days, but this punk potentially can sell for this punk can go for at least 0.6 BCH, right? Because that's the floor on the blockng website. If you go to the blockng website, the floor for punks is 0.6 BCH. However, on Oasis, somebody is potentially selling one punk for 0.17, and today somebody sold a punk for 0.33 on Oasis, and somebody realized somebody ended up getting that bargain, and he ended up reselling it on blockng and making 0.3 BCH just like that. So there's always opportunities with these punks. It's definitely good to get in on the minting, like maybe mint these NFTs. There's always opportunity in NFT space on SmartBCH. So anyways, I'm gonna leave you with that, guys. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments. Oh, and before I forget, I want to do a giveaway. So I have 3 Queen NFTs that I want to give away to my YouTube subscribers. So if you've gotten this far into the video, leave your metamask address in the comments, and in my next video I'm going to select 3 people with a random number generator to get 1 free queen from me. So leave your metamask addresses in the comments. I'll definitely pick one in my next video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Let me know what videos you want to see from me next, or if I've missed something and you want me to cover it in the next video. And that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.